Hello. Welcome to Philosophy Kid. Today, we're stepping into a quiet thought experiment, one that travels 2,400 years into the past to help us see our present more clearly. Imagine Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher who walked barefoot through Athens asking questions, now walking through your city. Not as a statue or a quote on a poster, but as a living observer of our digital lives. He'd noticed something strange. We've never had more information, yet we seem to think less. We've never been more connected, yet we rarely have real conversations. This video isn't about blaming your phone. It's about reclaiming your attention, your most precious, non-renewable resource. Because Socrates believed that the deepest truths aren't found in scrolling, but in stillness. Not in broadcasting, but in questioning. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the noise, the endless pings, the curated perfection, the pressure to react instantly, you're not alone. And if these reflections help you find even a moment of peace in the chaos, consider subscribing. Here, we don't chase trends. We create space, for curiosity, for doubt, for the kind of thinking that doesn't fit in a caption. Now, picture this: Socrates sits beside you on a park bench. He sees you unlock your phone. Again. Not because you need to, but because silence feels uncomfortable. He smiles gently and asks, "What are you running from? A retort?" He refused to write anything down. Not because he couldn't, but because he believed written words couldn't answer back. They couldn't adapt, clarify, or meet you where you are. For him, wisdom grew in dialogue, eye to eye, mind to mind, with patience. Today, we watch 10-second clips about deep topics, then move on, never letting the idea settle, never wrestling with it. He'd be fascinated by how we treat knowledge like content, something to consume, like coffee or music. We learn from headlines, then argue as if we've studied for years. Socrates called this the illusion of knowledge and warned it was more dangerous than ignorance. Because an ignorant person can learn. But someone who thinks they know? They've already closed the door. And what about social media? He'd see millions of voices shouting into the void, seeking validation through hearts and thumbs. He'd wonder, if no one replies with a real question, is it even a conversation? He wouldn't tell you to delete your apps. But he might ask, when was the last time you sat with your own thoughts long enough to hear what they're really saying? When did you last change your mind, not because you were ashamed, but because someone asked a question so honest it cracked your certainty open? For Socrates, the examined life wasn't about having answers. It was about loving the questions themselves. It was about waking up, not just opening your eyes, but opening your mind. So next time your thumb moves toward the screen out of habit, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, am I here? Or am I just filling time? Because wisdom doesn't live in speed. It lives in presence. And you don't need more information. You need more space to think. Thank you for watching, and for thinking with me. If you found something here worth remembering, I hope you'll come back for the next one. Because the best questions are the ones we explore together. See you in the next video.